with not only the changes in the band, but the changes in which the world we live. How was the creative process? How was it making the album?
To be honest, like the same as always, because I write the tunes, so that process was exactly the same.
Good morning, you're listening to the Dave Berry Breakfast Show on Absolute Radio, where real music matters. And my guest this morning has 6 studio albums with a 7th on the way. They are topping the charts in the UK. They are certified gold. They've headlined Glastonbury, recently supported Liam Gallagher at the legendary Nebworth gigs, and are headlining the Isle of Wight Festival tomorrow night. From the mighty Kasabian, it's Serge. Hey, Serge.
Hey, man.
Great to see you.
And you.
You look cool as always.
Thanks, bro.
I know, like last time we saw each other, coincidentally at the Isle of Wight Festival.
It was, wasn't it?
I was talking to you about, can I wear white jeans? And you were like, only if you're in a band, not if you're a radio DJ.
What? Did I say that? That was very cool of me.
It was cutting.
I'm going to take that back, man, because I think you've passed the test by now. You've done enough.
Okay.
You've dedicated yourself to music, to good music, so now you're in the club, man. White jeans is fine for you, Dave.
Well, I must ask, Serge, can I do the leopard print jacket?
I mean, we'll have to talk about that.
Okay, baby steps, Dave. Baby steps. So listen, let's talk about the brand new album, The Alchemist Euphoria, which is a great name for an album.
Yes. No, we're proud of the names. I mean, there's been a good lineage so far.
Yeah, all your albums have got great titles. What I wanted to know was, though, with not only the changes in the band, but the changes in which the world we live, how was the creative process? How was it making the album?
To be honest, like the same as always, because, I write the tunes, so that process was exactly the same. And obviously, going through lockdown was pretty wild. It was weirdly, I shut down. Like, I didn't really do anything. I thought, when it first arose, I thought, well, I mean, I'm in the studio anyway, so I'm just going to be cracking on. I just shut down. I just couldn't. I had no creativity whatsoever. So we just made dens, man. There was the kids, and I just shut off and sort of, it was so. And then when things started to feel like they were coming back, then I sort of got in the studio. And The Alchemist was this idea of this sort of chemist in his studio, connecting dots, bringing different genres together, searching for that euphoric moment, that moment where you come up with maybe a verse or a chorus or a riff, and it's that sort of 20-minute, 30-minute period of just complete ecstasy. And then, after that, it's just pain and headache and horrendous
deep dark anguish and self-loathing.
Yes, exactly. So I thought it was nice to just give that moment it's props.
I love that you write about the whole process. We're in the process is your moment of euphoria, and that's why it's been so interesting to talk. I don't like talking about lockdown a great deal, but I like talking about it with talented, artistic, creative people like yourself, because a lot of people that I've spoken to, including, for example, just Paul Weller, to pull a name out, he was just prolific throughout that. He really felt inspired. This is my time that I want to create. Whereas it's interesting to say you kind of felt the opposite, if anything. It was time to hunker down with the family.
Yeah.
But when did that spark first ignite, when you knew Alchemist was coming and you knew you wanted to talk about that euphoric journey?
I mean, I suppose...
Can it be den build? Sorry to interrupt you, but can it be you're building a den with the kids and suddenly you pop up from under the duvet and you're like, right, I've got to go. I'll be back in 2 minutes.
That's pretty much the story of my life, But I think, I think when, it wasn't to say I wasn't trying, I was still going in the studio. But it was the not seeing people, not being able to live, because, with access to the net, you can visit any museum, any gallery, you can listen to any tune, you can pick up anything, but I need people, I need to see things, I need all that, I just need that. And I realised how much I'd missed that when I first met up and we went out for the first time, that was now I was right, I need to get in the studio now, and it's like the Nebworth, a few weeks ago, that was just beyond anything, because it was anyway. The gig was, you know, when you're a kid and you get to if you get to a final or something and you just go, please be good today. Like, please everything go well.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It was one of them, man. Like, it was
Yeah.
it's the Gareth Bale overhead kick in the Champions League final. You know what I mean? It's like, that,
Yeah.
just one of them, some mad moment to happen.
Yeah.
And it was that good. And it was just the energy to see that many people. And then it was like, yeah, that made me more inspired to go. I wanted to write an album that night. So I was like, that's what it's all about for me.
Because I suppose what makes perfect sense there is the nature of Kasabian, the nature of the artist and performer that you are. You know, that's why us fans and why you have so many fans around the world is the live show is such a key part of it, as well as the albums and the singles.
Yeah.
And so that energy is reciprocal. You're buzzing off the
Absolutely.
crowd and you're wanting to write stuff as soon as you go bouncing off.
Totally.
And it's great because obviously live music is back, and headlining the Isle of Wight Festival tomorrow night is going to be amazing. But you touched on Nebworth, and I love you comparing it to like a Champions League final. It's such a special gig. I'm just old enough to have been at the original
Did you
Nebworth.
go?
I did go. I went on
Wow.
the Sunday, managed, and it was really weird. I was thinking back to that time. My friend just like rang the ticket hotline with his mum's credit card, and
Yes.
we just got. There wasn't any of that kind of Glastonbury stuff with like
God, no.
50 laptops set up. We just called up and said, "Hello, can I have 2 tickets, please?" And they were like, "Yeah."
You were the lucky
and we
ones to
went.
get through.
Lucky, very
So me-
lucky.
My wife, she rang, because and we never got through.
Ah.
Like, I was ringing, she was ringing. You know, it's BT.
So you
phones.
wanted to go, right? Yeah, on the landline. Yeah.
You know, like tapping it
Yeah.
in, engaged. It's like 4 hours. It's like nothing, absolutely zero,
Yeah.
zero chance. So like it was like just a beautiful moment because she was watching, kids were there.
Oh yes.
And I'm like, I said it in the first night. I was like, we tried to get in the first time round. It was engaged. We missed it, but now this is our moment. So
That
we
is
got to do it
that is
again.
so lovely. And do you have those moments? Obviously, I don't know. Are you the kind of person who reflects on their achievements? Do sometimes you have
No.
you having a glass of red, you think, "Wow, our album's
Absolutely
number one."
not.
No, okay.
No, it's absolutely
But
not.
Nebworth is just a special enough gig to have that moment.
Maybe like
possibly.
in 20 years I might give
Right.
it a little.
Okay.
But no, I'm not for that.
What was interested to know that with live music being back, and I don't know if you hung out with Liam or whatever, but what I kind of wanted to know was the social side of live music. Is it as important for the artists, the musicians, as it is for us punters? That kind of getting together with other people, maybe seeing Liam backstage for a beer, that side of it. And given that live music had been away for the first time in our lives, did it feel like there was an extra onus on not just jumping into the people carrier and driving off site? There was actually a real desire to have a beer and a tube of Pringles backstage.
Yeah, tube of Pringles. That's a good way of putting it. I mean, we've travelled with this we made a sort of huge sound system, like
Right.
Notting Hill Carnival big,
Wow.
insane bass bins.
Okay.
And we first made it. I'll be honest with you. I'll level with you. We made it to sort of when we arrive at a festival, we want to make our mark. Just to basically do everyone's head in. So we've made it so loud that when we turned it up as loud as we could, just to let people know we were there. And we'd put rainforest sounds on. We'd mess with people. One time, Blink 182's security knocked on the door and said, "Guys, you turn the music down," and we were like, as if, mate. Let's get out just move out of the way.
It's one of my dreams to tell Blink-182 to do
just
one.
shut up.
Thanks for leaving that for me, Serge.
Let your hair down, man. Shut up. So that was originally why it was made. But then obviously, as time went by, people went, "Oh no, that's fun actually." So everyone always used to come to our dressing room. Obviously now, after what's happened, it's definitely more it's softened everyone. So everyone now is like, you know what, we're actually the most privileged, lucky people to be getting to do this thing. Mm-hmm. And you gotta respect anyone that gets up on stage and lays it on the line. You gotta respect that. You got and it's it's fair play. And in music, you're not into things. You're like, I'm not sure about that. But when you do it, and when you like I said, when you get up there and do that thing, you just gotta say sound. Well, fair play. So now it's a bit more. The music's there to sort of. Maybe we're not so narky now. It's probably a bit like, yeah, come on. You might even get to choose a track. You might even be...
wow, okay, taking
I
requests.
was a bit militant on that. I used to... If anyone asked for anything, I'd be like, don't ask for requests, man. This is my iPod and this is what's happening now.
But you're softened slightly because of the pandemic.
I did this thing once, right, where someone asked for a track and I didn't recognise them. And it was going off, like it was brilliant. Party was perfect.
Yeah.
Everyone was having a great time. And he kept asking me, like, can I put a song? And I was like, no, mate, no. And then in the end, I got the lead, I just pulled it out, and there was a big boo. And then I just said, excuse me, everyone, this person wants to put a track on. Oh, it was horrible. And then they held the mic, and they couldn't quite get it in. The thing. It took them ages. And they put something on, like, you know, it was like a bad move. Like, it was something like...
Oh, you've got to deliver. You've got to deliver.
You've got to... At this point, it's got to be the biggest banger
But you're doubting
ever.
yourself all along.
All along. And it was something like... Some obscure New Order track or something. You know, some B-side. And it was like... It just... Everyone just left. This person was
it's
on
not
their
the
own.
time for the white
And then
label.
I saw him next. I was like, this is why you leave it to the professionals, man. Just... I know what I'm doing.